December and January, but no other calls for services that we can see. So that's what we have right now. Very cruel way to end all of this on his part. Again, it's just senseless to see how this can happen, but also sad to say not surprising when it comes to domestic violence, that nothing is surprising, and these situations turn deadly, can turn deadly very quickly and can end in horrific ways, and this is a prime example of that. There's an on-scene investigation right now. We're being aided in the investigation by the Harris County Fire Marshal's Office. Their PIO is here as well as different volunteer fire departments and fire departments from the area and ESDs that are here to render mutual aid as well. So it's still early in the investigation. Right now, the fire service is primarily reviewing everything, trying to preserve as much of determining the accelerant and other factors that went into it. And then obviously our homicide and crime scene investigators are also on scene to try to piece everything together and determine what happened. But it's being investigated right now as a murder-suicide. Briefly in Spanish, esta mañana recibimos una llamada a este local. Parece que había una discusión entre un esposo y su mujer. Él es de 63 años, ella de 59 años. Estaban los dos hijos adultos en la casa de edades de 28 y 21. Parece ser que el hombre de la casa se molestó, no sabemos el por qué, y pagó toda la electricidad a la casa. Comenzó una discusión porque el hijo tenía que estudiar para un examen esta mañana y se durmieron frustrados con la situación. Después escucharon a la mamá gritar en gritos porque el esposo la había puesto en llamas, en fuego de lumbre. Entonces ella estaba obviamente en mucho dolor y trataron de asistirla, pero no pudieron. Ella murió ahí en la escena. Ellos pudieron salir, huyeron de la casa y después el esposo, el papá, también se puso él en fuego y murió aquí también en la escena. Entonces tenemos las dos personas muertas aquí en la escena. Parece que si hay un poco de historia de violencia doméstica, y es lo que estamos investigando en este momento.
Was it the 28-year-old that was studying for the exam or the 21-year-old?
I believe it was the 21-year-old, but I'm not sure who was studying. One of the sons was studying for an exam.
Okay, where are they now? I would imagine
They're cooperating with the investigation. I believe they're still here on scene. I'm not sure if they're still on scene or not.
and they weren't injured at all.
No reported injuries. I think they were checked out by EMS, but no impacts from the fire itself. The rest of the structure wasn't damaged, other than primarily the garage area where everything seemed to transpire in close proximity to the garage. We don't know. That's kind of what they're trying to determine, what accelerant he may have used on her. But it's very rare that this kind of method to be used. Most times it appears to be by firearms or something like that. But for someone to set someone ablaze like that is a very cruel way to do it. It's one of the most painful ways for someone to die. So just a horrific scene, and my heart goes out to the sons, that again, trying to study for an exam, obviously trying to do better for themselves, and it's tough enough for the loss of a parent, yet alone both, and then also to witness it in that way. That's so horrific, and it was a very painful death from them hearing her screams and everything, so just heartbreaking. Yeah, we don't know that accelerant just yet. That's what the fire marshal's office is here to help us determine that. Everything happened really quickly. By the time they came out, she was already on fire, so they didn't see what he used. They just heard her screaming. I'm not sure they saw him or not. They were able to run out. They could hear him on the other side of the garage. And our deputies arrived pretty quickly and tried to make entry, but by then the garage was on fire. They couldn't gain access to the house. I'm sorry?
How long have they been out there still?
They're going to be out here for a couple hours still. I'm not sure. It appears they have been married for some time, and appeared that there may have been some potential drug use on his part, from what we're hearing. Preliminary information, all of this. Some history of domestic violence, according to family. Pierce, he had been starting to accuse her of infidelity She worked at a nearby nail salon, and we're told that he was retired.
He's retired.
Yeah, from where I don't know where he was
Okay,
retired.
he was retired.
Yeah.
You said it was possible. You said he could tell her?
That's what he was accusing her lately.
That's what the argument was about.
I'm not. I didn't say it was. The argument was about this time. Just in the past, it seemed like that's what some of the reoccurring issues were. Is what was. But again, we don't know if there was mental health issues co-occurring with drug abuse. Sometimes, I mean, to set someone on fire like that is just an awful way to do it. So we don't know mentally what was going on with this person, but we'll try to piece it all together.
What's your guess when this happened? Obviously.
It happened. Oh no. I think it was at approximately 1:40 a.m.
140. You said it was 140?
It was at approximately 1:40 a.m. About 1:47, our deputies were on scene. Yeah.
A message to the community about something like this, I mean, for it to escalate to this point?
Yeah, it just
Extreme.
very extreme. Just again, what we always say is just be aware of domestic violence. Be there to support others. There's a lot of resources out there. Sometimes there are cultural barriers that exist where individuals aren't prone to seek help or keep things in-house, but it can turn deadly. And so domestic violence is a highly charged type of situation. And just, ask folks to seek support. I always say we have resources such as the Houston Area Women's Center, other resources to try to get some help, get an emergency plan. I don't know how long this couple have been married, assuming for a long time, and there had been a history of it, so it's tragic that it ended this way for her. Yeah. Thank you.